One of the biggest football stars in our area has just become a victim. When Mahomes and Kelsey's homes were broken into back in 2024, the FBI warned both the NFL and the NBA about high-profile athletes being the targets of transnational crime rings. They said the suspects were studying the habits and routines of athletes, including scrubbing their social media accounts to know how and when to strike. And these thieves are going after some big-name athletes. We're talking the NBA's Luka Doncic, the Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. As of May of this year, at least 9 men from Chile have been arrested in connection to these burglaries. The FBI said they were tipped off in some cases because the suspects, look at that, posted pictures of themselves with the stolen goods. Now, for Mahomes, Kelsey, Doncic, and Burrow, they were in other cities during the break-ins. That's not the case this weekend in Tredyffrin Township for Eagles star running back Saquon Barkley.
The scenario that happened was the best way. Like, if that happened 10 times and it happened like that 10 times because my boy was there, my family was there, and no one ended up getting hurt, nothing ended up getting taken. I mean, like, you can't really get a better situation there, so.
We're about to talk to NBC Sports Philadelphia's John Clark about this remarkable interview yesterday. But first, some details about this particular crime. So Tredyffrin Township police say Barkley was inside with his family when suspects broke into his home at 5 in the morning on Saturday. Police say likely more than one suspect was involved and that they got away, possibly in a white SUV that we've been showing you. Now, we don't know if this crime is connected to that transnational crime ring I just told you about. We do know this was a really scary situation for another prominent athlete. And joining us now for more insight on that exclusive conversation with Saquon Barkley is our John Clark. So good to see you, John. So you were with Saquon at the Marion Golf Club to prepare for this U.S. Amateur Championship. You were planning to talk to him about golf and football, not expecting to see him after something like this. Tell us about that conversation.
I'll tell you what, Saquon Barkley, he kept his word, and we have set up a round of golf to promote the amateur championship on NBC and Peacock, and I would have thought maybe he would cancel because of what happened, but he is still working out. He's doing his thing, and I was kind of surprised. He's pretty relaxed about it. He says the family was shaken, and it was very, very tough for the family to go through this, but he now knows that he needs extra security. He knows what he has to do now, but he said it really was the best case scenario with everybody being home and nobody getting hurt and nothing taken. But, you know, I think Saquon Barkley, like a lot of Philadelphia athletes, they get advice about it. You know, he'll probably be moving into a gated community because that's where you get that extra security.
Do you have any understanding at this point in how his family is taking it, his wife in particular?
Well, I think he said everybody was shaken by the ordeal, but everybody is doing okay now. It's a big relief that nobody was hurt and nothing was taken. So I think everybody's doing better. He said his youngest doesn't even really understand the situation. But this is, of course, something that professional athletes and sports personalities deal with, especially those that make a lot of money.
That's what I was going to ask you, John. You've covered some of the biggest stars in sports for years. This has to always kind of be a fear, right? Any insight into maybe how other athletes are feeling?
Absolutely. I mean, you saw last season Joe Burrow, and there's been some other athletes, different athletes who have had their homes broken into while they're away playing games. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, other guys like that. When people know they're playing in games, that's when a lot of burglars try to steal and break into their house. So what I was doing was talking to some security personnel from some teams in Philly, and I also spoke to a prominent Philadelphia sports person last night, and he said, oh, yeah, you have to live in a gated community, and some athletes and some of the major sports personnel, they have security guards, armed security at night outside their house, because that's really when you're vulnerable, at night in the darkness. But team security for the teams, they help out with security cameras, getting alarms put in. And sometimes I was told there's been a couple situations where some of these are inside jobs with family, friends, and even contractors who come to the house. So basically athletes have to watch out for everybody and be wary of everything.
You feel for these athletes trying to find a home that they want to choose and not move into a gated community, maybe with a lot of other high-profile athletes, but you have to be careful.
Very careful. More and more people know where people are living because of social media, because of the availability of this information on websites. So definitely there's other athletes in Philadelphia that are saying, I need to up my security, make sure my alarms, my cameras and everything is good. And as I said, a couple of major sports personalities in Philadelphia have armed guards outside their houses at night to protect their family.
All right, we all got to learn some hard lessons sometimes. John, thank you so much for that conversation and for your empathy. You showed a lot of empathy to him as well.
Yeah, he's a human being. And imagine us in any situation like that where you're sleeping, it's early in the morning, it's dark out, and somebody's trying to break into your house, and you've got a family to protect. So that is where you feel as a human being. You really feel for somebody.
Absolutely. John, thanks. And you can certainly check out the NBC 10 app for more on this story. So many people still talking about it. You can also let us know if there's something you want us to go in depth on. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to submit a tip, or you can reach out to me directly on social media at Lena Tillett News.